First of all, you'll need a length of about 30 meters on the field, so that you can set up cones every 6 meters. Jog to the last cone and back, running slightly quicker on the return. Jog to the first cone, stop and lift your knee forwards, rotate your knee to the side and then put your foot down. Jog to the next cone and then do the same with the other leg. Jog to the first cone, stop, lift your knee to the side this time, then rotate your knee forwards and then put your foot down. Jog to the next cone and do the same with the other leg. Jog as a pair to the first cone, then shuffle sideways towards your partner, circling each other facing forwards, then straight back to your cone. Repeat this exercise at each cone. Jog to the first cone as a pair, then shuffle sideways towards your partner, jumping in the middle to make contact with your shoulders. Land on both feet with your hips and knees bent, then shuffle back to your cones. Jog to the next cone and repeat. As a pair, run quickly to the second cone, then run backwards quickly to the first cone. Keep your hips and knees slightly bent. Repeat running 2 cones forwards, 1 cones back.
It's a little collar.
Oh, yep.
Ara, koia.
Oh, sorry. Mohi o koe ki ai, ai.
Papa, te whatitiri hiko tauira I kanapu ki te rangi e whētuki kauana ki raro nei ki Bruce Pullman Park. Welcome to the 2020 Bunnings Warehouse Touch National Touch Championships. And we have a big game coming up in the under 18 mixed grade between Manawatu and Nelson. Ko te aorere pēwhairangi tōku ingoa, kei tōku taha I tēnei wā. Joining me for this game is Open Mixed head coach Hika Pene. Hika, we have a big matchup coming up.
Yeah, it's a mixed game, so it's right up our alley. And I just want to mention the adjudicators for this one. From Manawatu, we have Charlene Bannister Plumridge. From Taranaki, we have Adrian Brown. And from Nelson, we have Tony. Now, those are our 3 officials there. And these 3, they've been around for a little while. Charlene would definitely be right up there with one of the most fittest female refs in the country, big CrossFit fitness background. And she also was a New Zealand, she's a world champ, played in the New Zealand Open Mixed team. Japan, runners-up, but went back to Africa and took out the title. So she's a high-end athlete in the playing days, and now she's coming back, giving back taurere as an official. And I'll tell you what, she'll be able to keep up with these players. They might not be able to keep up with her.
Ai, tika tonu. And we see Manawatu are out there. They're ready to go. And the wind has picked up here a little bit out at Bruce Pullman Park. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. We've had no wind all morning and it's been hot.
Oh, no mai tāwhiri.
Alright, no mai tāwhiri to this game. And as you said, mix, this is right up your alley. No doubt you'll keep a keen eye on these players. Who are we looking forward to watching?
Yes, look out for Riley Hadfield, number 4. Also Hunter Boyce, good fielding there, that boy, number 5. Makaya Wihongi, 6. Soraya Tefatu. And number 12, Chris Salu. He's definitely one to watch. So just a few numbers from the Manawatu team. And I see there Out on the tap-off, we've got boys along with Caleb Chase just sitting here at left link. Now, on the other side, we've got an awesome whānau combination. We've got the lovely Gemma Taikato, who's our New Zealand manager, the 18 mix, just come back from Newcastle with the Trans-Tasman teams. Her two sons are playing, Dion and Jackson Taikato, so I can only imagine what the conversations are at the dinner table after a win down there in Whakatu, kei te tauihu o te waka, down there in Nelson. So they've definitely brought a little bit of sun up from the south. It is Manawatu going from right to left on your screen in the turbo green. And here we have Hunter there on the tap off. Got the ball there, got the Bruce Lee headband going on there, nice. And Te Whatu 8, she's going to plant the ball, coming around there. There's a sweep. Hunter left to right over the top. Oh, beautiful read by the winger there from Nelson.
Yeah, good read there. She was beaten on the outside, so she took the lane. She put her arms up. Could be from a netballing background with that hop.
Yes.
Good defence there from Nelson. We see Hunter coming off the left foot, as we call the waster. That first two touches of the repeat set.
Now it's going to come the actual move of the set. It looks like 10 here's going to come around on the back door there. Caleb Chase gets the ball. Just going to, just a little short pop there. Excellent defence there by Te Tau Ihu o Te Waka there. Luke Shirley.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're showing a few cards here. I think the second phase option will be on for Manawatu as they come to the last. Putting up a sitter there for the number 4.
Yes, the
Riley
Taikato
Hadfield.
brothers, Taikato brothers there from Nelson, 4 and 6. That's an excellent yards there. And here we go, just marching up the field there. Zoe Curtis, on come the fresh legs. Yes, this could be the theme of the day, the old Bruce Lee headband.
Yeah, absolutely.
Liking it.
Each year we see a new style come
Watch
into
9,
the mix.
he's got speed to burn. Yokohama here. Yes, young keeping on. Justin Yokoyama there, number 9 for Nelson. Speed for days.
Reminds me of young Timi Koutai.
Oh, nice. just lacking the old mo.
So, Manawatu back on the attack here with their number 15, Mania Wilson.
And here comes 12, Chris Salu. He's the man that we talked about early on. Here we go through the field. Good touch there. Yes, speed on speed there. So we had Justin just tracking Chris there. It's a good battle here. So this is what we call exits. And it's not really about big yards. It's just about laying a nice platform. But one, Max Patterson, huge meters there. Got over half. Oh, he hasn't been touched yet. Hard man to handle.
Yeah, that's good yards there by Nelson. It's also good to see that they're controlling the ball. Both teams are controlling the ball. We've talked about ball possession and ball handling. And it pays towards the back end of the game. So Nelson with their first sweep play here. Nice little jink on the outside. And the ref is looking to his touch judge. And he's going to award it. Nelson with the first try of this game.
Yes, and Jax Taikato gets his hands on the ball here. High pass and he gets the ball down. Yeah, and good honesty there by the Manawatu player. There we have Nelson take the lead 1-0 early in the first half.
Yeah, one thing to mention in this game, from both teams, they're incorporating their gills into play as well. It's something that no doubt you'll be looking at in terms of mixed play.
Oh, definitely, yeah, that connection between female and male, and also the positions that the ladies play. There is no more vital position than those outside ladies. They do just, nice finish there. You'll be proud of that finish, being a winger yourself there, Te Aorere.
Yeah, absolutely. She got herself into a nice position to take that pass. It was a low one. She caught it down around her knees, but she got there in a diving position as she's catching. It's important to work off the ball, not just wait to catch the ball before you start moving or before you initiate your play. But she got herself into a nice position, a nice body position to finish that long ball.
And we'll get her number. Unfortunately, we can't quite see her number at this stage, but we'll get that number for you. I know the whānau will be there watching back home. So here we go, back at it, and it's another jab for jab, punch for punch. Nelson with the ball. And here we go, number 9. He's got speed to burn if he gets the ball back. Oh, yes. He was in a nice little hole there. He's just calling for it. So he's probably sent the message that the open side from Manawatu are shutting. So he goes, just tries to, no, they're up to the defence again. They look very stable there, Manawatu.
Yeah, absolutely, and they bring a sense of calmness into this game. Number 15 here, Mania Wilson, just controlling the play, taking it to their sub-box to bring on some fresh legs. And they swing it wide. I like the little check-off plays in the yards.
Yes, Riley at half there, just checking off now to Chris Salu. Good combination. He goes, ball tuck there. So one thing about tucking the ball, it does tell the opponent that you're going to run.
Yep.
We always taught to hold the ball in 2 hands at times there, Taurere, just to keep the defence in 2 minds.
Yeah, absolutely. It's tough to pass the ball when it's tucked under your armpit.
Yeah,
So-
unfortunate there, error from Riwaka. The effort was definitely there. And there's a few twinkle toes areas again. He does look like quite a threat here. Number 12, Chris Salu. Just taking his time to just readjust and balance his team, put players where he wants to put them. They're just going for a play here. This will be, he's going to a 32 platform there. 32 peel, 4 gets the ball, looking out wide, over the top. Oh, and probably could have been a little bit more patient maybe. Touch
Yeah,
early in the
yeah.
count.
Early in the count, went for a big play and it didn't come off. And Manawatu have been penalised here. They're in the ruck. I saw a bit of a cheeky hand in there.
Yeah, and it is sort of the part of the field where you see teams just roll the dice a bit to get a little bit more
Absolutely.
physical and
Yep.
see if they can get away with that.
And it's also to test the referees. We haven't seen too many penalties in this first 7 minutes of play, so they're testing their boundaries to see what they can and can't do.
Very consistent 5s are set by these refs. That's a good call. Oh, yes, okay. Those always 50-50.
Yep.
If you're the attacker, you're loving it. If you're the defender, you're questioning it. But I'd like to see them definitely set for. He's just sitting. He's got the ball now. This dude has got speed to burn. He'd be good to see. Oh, nice work. Oh, good. It's a really good. It was all or nothing, really.
Yep.
For when I was due to shut that down, and they've done well.
Yep, they were beaten on the 3-on-2 there. But number 4, Dion
Headfield.
Riley Hadfield.
Nice.
And I've noticed they have the mismatch. They're playing with the mismatch here. So they have the boy on Gill here. He goes for it.
Yep.
Touch was made.
There's that speed. Like that guy is honestly he'd be one of the quickest around in this grade. And the more you can get him on the field in the mismatch, as you talked, with that speed, just gets the ball back and just pushes it down. And I'll tell you what, she was only millimetres away from making that touch. Probably could have got a little bit more help from the inside. But there we go. Nelson take the lead 2-1.
Yeah, sometimes this game of touch comes down to millimetres and centimetres. And he snuck through that hole there, Yokoyama. But Manawatu hot on the attack. They have their strikers on. Haven't seen much by Jaden Hemi, but here he is. He's having a go. He's got nice height, so he's got length in his dive.
They definitely back their quickie game, their low game. They're all having a bit of a dig here. Hear me. Got the ball. Big athlete, big strong athlete. No doubt plays a bit of contact sport too. But here we go. Here's our man Yokoyama. Just checking off. Like the look of young Max Patterson. Big meters here. Good interchange between the boys and the ladies. They just want to do some work and get in there. 15's at half there. We've got Katie Riley. On come the fresh subs, and here comes Taikato, 6. He's on the ball with the red hat. Yeah, just a little bit clunky on the back end of that set, and that could be costly, you know. You've given Manawatu good field position. They're not really having to work too hard to march up the field.
Absolutely, little mistakes like that aren't invited, but they are sometimes expected towards the back end of halves when fatigue starts to set in.
Here's Hunter on the ball, working in tandem there with Chase. So Chase got the ball. Hunter's at half. Is he going to throw a little bounce play wide? Yes, just timing issues with that one. You know, I thought they set it up quite well, but probably the range of the attack a little bit too close to the scoreline. But I'm sure the Manawatu coach Delaney Hallett would have seen that and make adjustments through the game.
Yeah, absolutely. The refs have been generous all day with the 5 metres, so it might pay to dump maybe 6 or 7 metres out from the line.
Yes, and here he goes again. Here's the speed. Get him on the back end of the set. Let him put that down. Watch him go. Through he goes, and he's just gassing. That was a great pickup there by Hunter Boyce. But I'll tell you what, it's a little bit of a reflection of the coach, and I just see we sung Paka, and anyone that knows the game, we sung New Zealand Open mixed player in the day, flew the flag for the top of the South Island for many, many years, and he's been giving back for a lot.
Think back to when I was playing in the grades in Manawatu, we come up to Auckland and we think, man, these people aren't under 18. But now it's the opposite. Manawatu have some really big, strong boys in this.
More sharper. And Taikato, I mean, I think you and I could have scooped through that hole, how clean it was. But they made it look really easy. Look at him, ball in 2 hands, taking his time, lost his mirror, so good touchdown. So dump, followed the ball like all good players do, back up, and Luke Shirley, he gets a touchdown, and now they go out to a 3-1 lead over Manawatu. Nelson.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a good platform set by Nelson, not only in the dump and the scoop, but also in the yards leading up to it. So they're back on the fence. Manawatu hot on attack here, looking for a sweep play, looking to bring the girl around. To mismatch on the right hand side there. The attacking boy on the right attacking against the girl, and they go that way. Long ball, and it's that same winger, Hika, we saw early in the first half, getting in that lane and intercepting that ball.
Yeah, she gets up and then just steps off the line, couple of steps, and probably was, I guess, premeditated.
Absolutely.
Pass, when that inside pass was there. Here we go again. This is the same platform. And why go away from something that's working? He's going to go short side again, taking his time, nice and composed, and touchdown. And that's basically been the note that they're playing off, the notebook. Everyone's on the same page in the Nelson team. Defend hard, get up in the passing lane, ruck with a nice scoop on the back end of the set. And they come away with the chocolates on the back end. So it's actually not rocket science, the type of touch they're playing. Very simple, a lot of clarity in their game plan, and love it.
Oh, absolutely. And that's touch in general. It's a very simple game. And if you can master the 1%ers, the little basic kohanga reo stuff, as we like to talk about, the catch, the rolling the ball, all of that, it all adds up to the back end of the game. So
Yeah.
Manawatu here.
I'd like to see them go away from this 2-man. It's good for a start, but now it's slowly what we call open up those middle gates. Here we go. Dingo play here. You talked about, and over the top. Oh, yeah. But it's a better variety of attack.
Yeah, absolutely. The 33 plays can be a little bit static sometimes, and it's a bit predictable. It's easy for the link and the winger on the defensive teams to read because they're not really involved in terms of making any touches.
Yes. Here's this truck and trailer, train, whatever you call it, between the two girls. It's good. They take one of the drives, and it also gives time for these fresh legs. And here's this combo again. Here goes Taikato. Just ball in 2 hands, eh? Very deceiving. Better defence there. Chris steps up. He touched corner, then they went to what we call a long mirror, and he picked him up. So this set, expect Manawatu, the last few times Nelson have gone there, they've scored, so they've finally held them out. And now they're getting nice, good meters, nice physical at the ruck there. Just stretching the ball. This is good to see, really open them up. A nice little pass inside, just to save a touch. Just trying to get some direction here. Yeah, he just wants a 32 platform, might want a 32 long. Yeah, just lost their way a little bit at the end, unfortunately. Yeah, quite easy to defend. So maybe the last 2 touches, as we would like to see them clean that up, Geraldine.
Yeah, absolutely. And touches we mentioned in the last game is a tai timu tai pari game, and it's a game of momentum. And what Manawatu, they're a little bit on the back foot here, so they need a little bit of spark before half time to regain that momentum that they've lost.
Yes, I agree. Beautiful plant there by Riwaka. And He steps up really, really well. There, Soraya Te Whatu. She shut that one down well. Good to see these Manawatu get the ball because of these skills. They've got some really good skills. You can just see the way they move, good agility, cruising off to the middle of the field, really moving the Nelson defence. So that'll be another thing, just share that workload within the girls. And there we have it, Nelson. They've really stepped their mark on the first half and take the lead 4-1 into the half.
Yep, so we see the referees, Shah, Adrian and Tony in the middle there, regrouping, reassessing, discussing what worked, what didn't work. And as they do that, the two sides, Manawatu and Nelson, go back to their sub-boxes. We're very fortunate in this game to have our open mixed coach, our head coach for our open mixed team commentating. He brings a wealth of knowledge and insight that we may not see at home. Ehika, what do you think this Nelson, or what would this Nelson coach be telling his team?
I have no doubt that Sung will be saying just stick to what's working, because they've really broken down the three zones of the field, as we call the red zone when you're defending your line, the orange zone, which is through the halfway 10 metre to the 10 metre, and they've cleaned up the back end of their set, which is a nice clean plant to get a really simple scoop. And what the scoop is doing is he's seeing what the defender's doing. The last scoop, when you would have seen the Manawatu player touched and pulled really square, running backwards. So he just took him short side and got in the end goal and scored. So I have no doubt he's talking about stick to what's working, and he probably wants them to be a little bit more vocal, a little bit more energetic on their defence. And he may have even spotted, I think if I was Sung, you definitely see that Chris, number 12, and number 5 seem to be the players on attack. They're definitely the guys to go to, so he's probably just saying, make sure that we don't take our eyes off their main attacking weapons.
Absolutely, and Manawatu down 3 at half time, but they're definitely in this.
Well, you just said it's energy, a nice spark of energy, someone just getting it, and I'm sure the rest will follow. So by no means is this game beyond, because it's just waiting for someone to put their hand up.
Yeah, absolutely, and it only takes a good touch or a good read or a good play to bring that spark into the Manawatu sub-box and into their team. They're looking a little bit flat at the moment. Hopefully they get a bit of motivation and inspiration here at the half.
Yes, well, both teams have had to travel a long way to be here. So they're both on the same par. I've really enjoyed the manner that this game's been played in terms of the sportsmanship. The discipline, and once again I think it's a reflection of both provinces and also the coaches and the management, how they see these young athletes hold themselves. It's just awesome to see. And I know we've got our Afi team here on the sidelines making sure that things aren't like they were in our day when a lot of aunties and uncles were yelling at us that we weren't fast enough, but the sidelines really healthy, and it's just such a beautiful day to play touch.
What a game.
What a game. Tap off, here we go again. Here's this combination. We've got the Taikato brothers on there, and also Luke Shirley, who's touched down there for the team. So it's just a bit of a change of tempo now for Nelson. That's a good big touch by the girl there. Just needs some help. Excellent touch. So she's gone right in there, probably about 12 metres away from her sideline. Super confidence. And things like that, like you said, that'll pick the team up.
Yeah, absolutely. That could be the spark they needed. If they can hold out this set, it'll be a huge win for this Manawatu side. Touch has been called.
Yes, and that's all they needed. Tell straight away. So they've started. That's a tick. That's what we call a little win. Nice little win there. They just need to complete the set. And at half, definitely strong. I really like the combination of all these Manawatu girls. Very, very strong. They're going to get the ball again, and off they come. Nice sub in there with fresh legs and just through the middle. And I've just spotted Wihongi, part of the New Zealand 18 mixed team that just come back from Newcastle. So there's talent all over the field. Here they go on the ball. through there, just looking for someone to support, and there they go. They've started off the half with a little bit more spark, a little bit more energy, and Manawatu get the first touchdown in the second half.
Oh, they made it look easy, but it wasn't easy. They had to D out that first attacking set. They have to go the length of the field and then put a nice play at the end of it. And you mentioned it in the first half. What was going wrong for Manawatu was they were disjointed between their attacking play and their yard set pattern. But we see that they put a nice attacking play on the end of their yards, and they were rewarded for it.
Riwaka on the ball, handy with the ball. Oh, unlucky, just lost that connection. Manawatu, it's interesting, when you don't look at a score, but you look at the game, and they've got a bit of momentum now. On the score sheet, you'd think, oh man, they're down by 3, but they've got one back. They've got momentum. This is this energy we talked about that probably wasn't there in the first half.
Yeah.
And now they're just playing with a little bit more open mind. The timing's there. Just moving through the field and just trying to get a nice plan on the back end. Just moving this Nelson defence. They're down there on the try line now, and they've definitely got the tempo of the game their side, so they've just slowed it up a bit. But good to see them run them a bit more. Oh, through goes. Yes, is it just looking to the sideline forward pass? Look forward out of the hand. I don't think they would have missed that one, and no, they didn't. But that was a lot better in the attacking play. They ran the one side step back and threw a bit of a skip pass.
Yeah, absolutely. And it also comes from confidence and body position. They're holding their chest up, and they're playing with confidence. They're giving those nice little easy checks. In the yards, they kind of chew up an extra 5 or 10 metres. And it's really working for Manawatu. But we're back hot on the attack is Nelson.
Yes, and once again, they're just letting Taikato stroll over on the back end of the set. They're pulling very, very square, running backwards, and just cruise through. And there's those girls again. The Manawatu girls are starting to share the workload. And look, she's coming right in. She wants to be involved now. So they've obviously seen, man, how easy was that touchdown? Let's go back and get another one. Now, if they can go back to back here, there'll be a big momentum shift in this game.
Absolutely. So Manawatu down this short side, a big lobbing pass.
Oh, and they get a penalty. Just from playing some positive touch.
Absolutely. And you're rewarded for good mahi, for tough mahi.
Yes, Hunter again. And he'll get the ball back. They like having these old quickie plays off the ticket. Just a little pass. Just eyes up play now. Be good to see. Oh, he nearly sold it. and that's how you sell it. That's how you sell it.
Give him an Oscar.
And he's got it. Wow. Tiger, he's here.
He's here. He's playing for Manawatu in the under-18 mixed.
Nice Hunter. Boys. And I know the whānau down there in friendly fielding, if they're tuned in, they'll be super stoked seeing Hunter touchdown. And there you go, it's back to back. And look at the difference in body language.
Absolutely. And I like this waiaro from Hunter. He usually, when you score a try, you usually go straight to the sub box, but he stayed on for this D set. So that's
looking to
great
lift
leadership.
the team. Yeah. They just need to get, this is a lot better, a lot more stable defence. It's that spark. You mentioned it in the first half was missing. Well, it's definitely there. They've just got to stay connected. Great fights by the ref. There's nothing worse than giving away a penalty on the last, but they're communicating well. Manawatu, she's telling them they've got to move forward. Going to get the ball. Oh, here's a sort of outplay. It's going to walk over. Oh, good. She done well. Very, very well. And that's Wihungi. She's definitely starting to feature a little bit more of the stuff. Here's old Speedy. You got to keep on him. And a little pop over the top. He just, wherever he is, he makes things happen.
Yeah.
There's our man, Justin Yokoyama, and hopefully we pronounced your name correctly there. Just darts around, and a little flick over the top. Yeah. Just lack communication on that last touch, Manawatu?
Yeah, I've seen throughout the game Manawatu is lacking in their mirrors on that on the scoop play. Once the scooper has broken the line, you usually hug your man, you stay man on and you mirror them. Manawatu have been beaten a couple of times now, but they're hot on the attack.
Yeah. That's a better play. The little bounce out play we talked about, that was probably the opportunity because you got the speed here. He's pulling his whole right side over to him. There's a lot of space out wide. Yeah. Through they go. Yeah. And that come from the last play. They really opened up the defence. So this will be a touchline call. Yeah, and he's going to call touch. Excellent. He was closer than the official on the field, and he stepped up and made the call. So here we go, Nelson now. They're just looking to get the tails up and ruck out here. Oh, little bobble forward pass. We've got the screen so we can see it. We get the luxury of that, but moving through the field, Nelson. Here we come again, Shirley. Here comes the Taikato brothers. Jack's on the ball now, red hat. Ball in two hands as he's done the whole game. Skip past to the excellent hands. Definitely b-ballers, netballers, these girls. But good to see them, the boys just share that workload like they do here, utilising the whole six. Nice and direct on the yards going forward. They're just going to bite some time. I know they've decided to move the ball early. Really lift this Nelson defence. That's good work. They can just go right up the middle of the field now, make big, easy meters. Hunter's there. And here's Chris. So this is probably the two-strike weapons. Here goes Chris. Yes, was he? Yeah. Unfortunately, he didn't really play what was in front of him. That was quite a tight gate there, Tao, and so he could have just actually checked off to his mate Hunter.
Yeah, absolutely, and that comes with the experience off the scoop, looking up and seeing what the defence is doing for you. Sometimes it only takes a second just to look up to see, yep, the gate did close on him, and it was a really tight gate, and an easy little maybe pop short ball would have got them through. Oh, beautiful defence by Manawatu, but even better attack from your man. You've been saying his name all afternoon, Justin Yokoyama. He's got the magic feet.
Yes, and that was an excellent... sometimes the player that plants the ball goes unnoticed, and Joseph Leewaka laid a beautiful platform. Scooper come through, but found that injection of speed, and he's definitely been the difference in defence and attack, and he looks really fit, our man Justin Yokoyama. There's Riwaka there, just sitting at left middle for Nelson. But they've gone back to the static attack, and they look a lot better when they move the ball. But they've obviously got a pet play up their sleeve. Little sweet play coming around, short through the hands. Look at that winger. It just goes through the hands. Nice. Well, they set that up well. The tempo of the attack really fooled the defence.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's beautiful defence there by that winger to come 20 metres in off the sideline. That's very brave to come that far into the field, but I guess she had to. It was great defence, but even better attack.
And touchdown.
And it was Nui Hinga.
Beautiful touchdown. I think she might have got the first one in the first half. We couldn't quite see the number. But all these girls out here have been tireless. Here goes Taikato, brother to brother. All goes through. Really, really like the look of Wihungi, number 6 here, sitting that link for Manawatu. A lot of attacks gone downhill, Wayne. She's either stepped up or she's gone to a mirror.
Yeah, I like the confidence she brings into her defence. It's usually the boys that dictate, or they usually get up and make the touch. But she's keen. She's in there. She's
been a presence, eh? Quite
absolutely.
a presence on the field. So here we go again. Here come the brothers. Jack's got the ball, just looking short to us. Oh, good honesty, excellent honesty. So there's the Taikato brothers. Jack's the Dion, but it's our man Shirley once again. Just does the groundwork, gets the ball here, finds the hip of the Manawatu player. Excellent plant, and just missed. And we always love to see those honesty calls.
Yeah, and I like the line he took off that 3-3 play there. He squared up the corner, the player who was defending. He took a big corner, so he went straight at the saving player, and it was an easy pop for the try. Classy play by the Taikato.
Here we go, Manawatu hot on attack. Man, and they can get low. That low game's so low, Dale, so that's all Hadfield on the ball. Here's this combination. Be good to see Chris. He just looks like he's got a lot of speed to me. Little check play. Oh, right to left over the top, finish in the corner. Money. Oh, forward pass. Unfortunate, but that's a beautiful play. Easily set up. I like the tempo. Manawatu really slow the tempo down, and then they inject a bit of speed into the attack.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was good the way they regrouped. They went for the dive at first. The touch was made on Hadfield. And then they bring it back. They reset. Chuck a nice right to left.
And there's Riwaka, and he's done a lot of work that's been unnoticed. Riwaka, number 8. On the ball, Max Patterson. He's got some good ball in 2 hands, just holds them up. He was really tight in the first half. Oh, that's good work there. Georgia, she followed the scooper all the way through into the in goal. Didn't give up. Play through there. Ball over the top. Nice work. Nice interaction between the players. Yes, check the ball. Nice pass off. Shane, witty header. Then heads to the box. And this is where I like to see Manawatu keep the flow and not stop it.
Yeah, they make good yards and then they kind of stop and pull out as opposed to going straight into the attacking play. But here
Hunter
they
coming
are.
on a sweep here. Just going to get the ball. Just run on the outside. Good touch by Riwaka. Yeah, I've been impressed by Riwaka's role. He's what we call the mahi man. He just does those, a lot of the jobs that go unnoticed in a team when the team's going really, really well. But he's definitely stepped up. Here we go, working in tandem now. Te Whatu. Nice plant there. Yeah, some good core skills. Hunter goes through quite easy. Oh, yes, nice touch there. Good honesty. Max Patterson, there's a lot of players that are standing out. Patterson, the Taikato brothers, obviously our man Yokoyama. But then on the far wing there, unfortunately got a bit tangled up. A little bit tangled up. And I could see I think he won't be too harsh on them because the effort's there.
Absolutely. And that's one mistake, a very few mistakes in this game by both teams. And Manawatu capitalise on that error. They strike back with under 2 minutes to play.
Yeah, just a little quickie check back, and that play's probably been on for a little while. So really good coaching and good ID work from the players to make those adjustments. Those are things that you only learn by playing in these type of competitions.
Yeah, absolutely. And those little plays sometimes are the easier plays to go to. A lot of people like to throw the big long ball because it looks cool. I guess it scucks, but sometimes that little check off to your other link or to your chopping middle is the option, is the go-to.
There she is again, stepping up and making that touch. Excellent work by Wihungi. Like I said, she was co-captain over there with the New Zealand 18 mixed in Newcastle, not long come back from the Trans-Tasman. And she's brought some good leadership in defence.
Must boost confidence to progress on to higher honours and then come back. It's awesome to see they're bringing back confidence and leadership in these young grades.
There we have it, and Nelson take this one out 7-5, and they probably were the better team in terms of the completion rate and the style of game that they brought, but by no means was it beyond Manawatu, because they just come back. They were down 4-1 at half time, so they've won the second half there.
Yeah, absolutely. A great game by Manawatu. But Nelson come away with the win at the 2020 Bunnings Warehouse Touch National Championships, beating Manawatu 7-5.